Look to lights. 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's Geordie on the front row with Potato alongside him. And we are underway for the sprint race here in Saudi Arabia. Geordie gets the jump. Will the Haas send it down the inside? They're 3 wide into turn 1. The Alpine makes contact with the Haas. The Williams goes straight ahead. They're now 3 wide once again before they get to turn 2. Ryan's unstable. The Aston Martin spun around in the mid-pack. He collided with the second Ferrari, and we're back under safety car. It only took a few corners. Geordie's your race leader. Potato P2. Valet's had a great start in P3. Bio made contact into turn 1 with Potato. He's down in P4. And Ryan is up to P5. RH winning it to P6. Techie P7. Doc's P8. And Jakey Silver's made up a position in P9. It's actually a virtual safety car, but it was Snippy that went spinning round in the mid-pack. Could he have been speeding under the virtual safety car? Potato doesn't get the exit he wants it. This opens it up for Valet. He'll sweep the P2 in the Mercedes. Can he grab the lead? He's close enough. Will he send it down the inside for the Mercedes? Yes, he does. It's a good move, but he's not far enough up. And he'll duck back in the slipstream. Ryan close behind in P4. He's gotten past Bio. As we see someone in the wall in the background, it's Jordan and Motley, and we're back under virtual safety car. As you see the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull there on the inside of the track. They are the first retirements for this Grand Prix at the final corner. As we see a flurry of cars enter the pits. And Bio's now out as well. So what's happened here at the front of the field? Has he entered the pit lane? No, he's crashed at turn 1 and 2. So we're seeing big hitters out here early in Saudi Arabia. We're now under safety car. Jordan's out. Bio is out. And Valet leads the Grand Prix. Left the session as we see Jakey, as we predicted, has entered the pit lane. Docs is an interesting call. He was on the mediums. We'll see what tyres he goes to now. Changes front wing, so he's grabbed some damage and he'll go to the hards. We'll see what that gives in terms of pace. I'm going to guess Jakey's gone to the mediums because he started on the softs. And that means he could possibly go to the end. And that he has. Safety car. We'll check what Geordie's penalty is to decide the race. It is 3 seconds. That is from him cutting turn 1 on the opening corner. And just misjudged the braking zone, but he might have seen the Alpine of Bio diving down the inside of Potato, and he might just want to have been a bit generous with space, but it's given him a 3-second penalty. Saw Geordie in the previous sprint go before the final quarter, and Valet goes even earlier. Doesn't get the jump he wanted over Geordie. Just only half a second. Should be safe into turn 1 and 2. But we're back under green here in Saudi Arabia for the sprint race. See how many laps green we can go. And Valet's nearly lost it at turn 2. He's held onto the Mercedes. What a save. He hasn't lost any time to those behind despite the massive rear end loss at turn 2. This Mercedes is not stable so far through the opening sector. He's not under threat though from Geordie behind. But Potato is from championship leader Ryan Cox close behind. We'll look for a move. Doesn't have to be rash and swift in his manoeuvre, as we just saw Geordie go off just ahead there. Really close enough. He's got the slipstream. He's using his ERS. He'll go down the outside, and he claims P3 here in Saudi Arabia. Jakey Salvo, he's down the inside of Eyeball into turn 1. We're on board with Sparks. Turn to the outside, but he just can't get the exit in the Mercedes. Does that leave him vulnerable to Sparks? We see another yellow flag. It's Snippy out of the race. He's collided with Glob Drip. There's the Aston Martin on the side of the road. Will we see a safety car or a virtual safety car? Snippy's the fourth retirement of the race and will stay green. The Globe Troop once again involved in an incident here for the fifth race of the season. Still some close battles in the midfield as Sparks hits the wall, but he's still around the outside of Eyeball. Down the back straight. They're 2 by 2 as Jakey's on the inside of Wex, who's now actually managed to join the Alpine. Not sure how that's happened. This is for the final points paying position of P10. And he sends it down the inside. They make contact. This brings Jakey Salvo back into it now. We go on board with the Mercedes driver. Here comes the Aston Martin down the inside. They make contact. Eyeball goes spinning around over P9 and P10. The Williams driver back on the track now. He's down to P14. Not what he wanted. And we'll have to see afterwards whether that maneuver was on. But now Sparks defending aggressively to the inside over Jakey Salvo. And the Mercedes down the outside gets the move done. And now Dox is looking to get past the Aston Martin as well. So it's a great run for Ferrari tonight. Ryan will comfortably go around the outside with the DRS. Can he catch his old nemesis, now friend Valet, for the race lead? We're on lap 7 here in Saudi Arabia. Who will get the DRS on the main straight? It's Geordie. He's played it very well, and the Williams will go straight back up to P2 into turn 1. And Ryan will have to rethink what he does next lap. As we see yellow flag, it's an Aston Martin spun around, it's Sparks. He's lost his front wing. That battle with Dox possibly has gotten too much with the McLaren. He's now entered the pit lane. We'll see if he has any damage. Coming on the hard, so I can imagine he'll swap to the mediums. No, he's gone to the softs. That's a very bold call. He changes his front wing, so there must have been contact at that final corner. Valet is coming out P9, just behind his teammate, Jakey Salvo. So if Jakey can hold on to his tyres, he pitted on the mediums in the opening 4 laps. If he can hold on to them, he has a 6-second buffer to those behind. And these two squirming over the race lead is allowing Valet to be more comfortable on his outlap. Down the outside, turns to the inside now, on the back straight for Ryan. He claims the race lead once again. We'll see who gets the DRS. There's also a battle behind for third between Potato and RH winner. Geordie with the DRS, he's back to the race lead. But he now gives it back to Ryan for the main straight as the Williams has a big loss in the middle of the final corner. No one pits. They stay out for another lap. Commencing lap 11 in this sprint race. They're going to be side by side into turn 1. And Ryan takes back the lead for the Ferrari team. See if Geordie can close in. Overhead his teammate. He's closed the gap to 3 seconds now. It was 6. Ryan has a big loss in the middle of the corner. He's hit the inside wall. Geordie takes back the race lead. It's a rare mistake from the Ferrari driver there in the middle sector. And we'll see who enters the pit lane now. So Geordie does have that 3-second penalty as well from the first corner on the opening lap after he cut the first chicane because he just couldn't pull up the Williams. But we'll see if Ryan goes to the move now down the outside. And he will now give the DRS to the Williams for the next lap. But who will enter the pits? They can only stay out as long as they can on these mediums. And they'll both enter the pit lane. Both pull it up. See, should both go on the softs. Potato also enters the pit lane behind. We should see everyone else come in also. Exonic sticks it out. He's still in the mediums, so he will have to pit. Jakey Salvo inherits the race lead. Valet will comfortably, if he can hold on, it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2 here in Saudi Arabia. Here come the chasing pack of Ryan and Geordie. How many seconds they have to make up? It's 8 seconds. There's only 5 laps remaining here in Saudi Arabia. This could be Valet's to lose. Sonic sticks it out again. We'll check how old his tyres are. They're 12 laps, so they're older than Jakey Salvo's. He's now under threat from Valet behind. This move could decide the race win. Apart from the obvious of them being P1 and 2, Ryan is closing in. Exonix has now got a 3-second penalty. His winning hopes are gone, and he loses the race lead with it. Valet inherits the race lead for Mercedes here in Saudi Arabian Sprint. Can he now get a gap to those behind? There is 4 laps remaining here in Saudi Arabia. Valet that currently leads the Grand Prix. Ryan takes the fastest lap. It's 2.5 seconds. This could come down to the very final lap to decide the race winner here. Currently seconds, 7/10 separate the top 2. So Exonix has managed to hold on. Glob Drip has retired from the Grand Prix. Exonix runs wide. He hits the wall. And Ryan just isn't close enough here. It'll only be a matter of seconds between the Ferrari driver going into P2. He's gapped Geordie behind. AlphaTauri in the middle of the corner. He's trying to hold on as much as he can, but it's Ryan that inherits P2 as his teammate collects a 3-second time penalty. Eyeball now DNFs on the Grand Prix. There is 3 laps remaining. We won't see a safety car. And it's 1.3 seconds separating the top 2. Jakey Salvo, he's got 8 seconds back to Potato behind for P5. And Geordie will send it down the inside as the AlphaTauri nearly makes contact with the Ferrari, but it's a bit of desync. Oh, Ryan is lucky he wasn't taken out there with that desync. But they're now currently inside each other as they head down to turn 1. And it should be Geordie that collects P3 here for Williams. It's down to 1 second between Ryan and Valet. But now Geordie's back into it. He's back within a second of Ryan. This is going to be a 3-way fight for the lead here. Currently lap 16. It's Valet that leads. It's 0.3 of a second. His race lead could be gone in turn 1. He defends to the inside. Can he keep the lead? Geordie close behind as well. They'd enter turn 1. It's Valet that still holds on to the race lead. Ryan P2. Geordie's right on the back of the Ferrari. How do they play it? There is 2 laps remaining. We're set for a thrilling final lap here. 0.5 of a second separate the top 2. 0.8 of a second separate everyone in the top 3. If they all collide, Exonix currently P4, but he has a 3-second penalty over his head, which then could give it to Jakey Salvo. But that's only if these 3 collide. 3 of the best in this league. It'll come down to the last lap, but who will it be? It's Valet in the Mercedes, Ryan Cox in the Ferrari, and Geordie in the Williams. Here he comes for P2. He won't be close enough on the back straight. Valet's going to be the sitting duck into turn 1. Valet's applying the pressure here to Ryan. Will he get inside or the outside? Into the final corner. No matter what, he'll get DRS into turn 1. Sticks it back in P3. Ryan aims on the exit. Geordie down the inside. He's trying to disrupt it. They're going to be side by side to start this final lap. It's Valet in the lead. Geordie up to P2. Who will win the Saudi Arabian Sprint? We've got just over 6 kilometers to go. It's Ryan down the inside. He can't get the move done. This is helping Valet get ahead. They're back side by side. Ryan back up to P2. Currently 0.6 of a second separate Ryan from the lead. But Geordie is applying pressure and disrupting his flow. Can Valet claim the win? He's only got about half a lap to go. Round turn 13, he's got a 6/10 gap. Is it going to be enough? There's 3 DRS zones remaining. Ryan's just lost his speed in the last few laps. Could he have lost the speed in the tyres? But he's also been saving ERS. You can see it on his steering wheel. Is he going to be close enough into the final corners? They're on the back straight now for the final time. Could Valet drop from P1 to P3 here in the final set of corners? He holds on to the lead. It's 0.4 of a second, but you can see it's much closer than that. Who will take the race lead? He defends to the inside. Here comes Geordie around the outside. He's not going to be enough. It's going to be 3 wide across the line. Who's going to win the Grand Prix? It's Geordie that takes the win. Ryan that takes it on penalties as he just passes Valet at the line. It was less than 2/10 that separated the top 3. Jakey Salvo P4. Exonics rounds out the top 5. Tato P6 on his debut. Techie P7 for Red Bull. That's some good points for the team. Wax in P8. He wasn't looking to be in tonight, but he's grabbed 3 valuable points for the championship. Bomber on his debut will come home P9, and Docs will round out the points-paying positions. But Ryan, he grabbed at the line, and it was less than 1/10. But once again, we see a thrilling finish here in OF1C. It was Geordie that won it on the track, but it was Ryan that collected it on his penalty. He will now extend his championship lead. We'll see if Geordie appeals his turn 1 corner cut that grabbed him the lead, that got him the 3-second penalty. If he does, that could hand him the race win. But it's Ryan, your winner here tonight. It's 3 for this season as Exonics takes the driver of the day. And it's been a great night for him. He's consistently on the board so far this season. But it's becoming a familiar sight of this Ferrari driver claiming the top step of the podium. He just adds another trophy to the cabinet tonight in Saudi Arabia. It's pole and the sprint win for Ryan. So we'll check the final results now. So it was Ryan that won it by 86 milliseconds over Valet on the final straight. It was Geordie that was only 70 milliseconds ahead of Ryan. It was 1/10.5 that separated the top 3 across the line. What a thrilling finish. And Jakey Salvo P4, a great night for him in terms of finally getting some points on the board. Exonics P5. Potato once again on the board. He's going to want to try and keep his consistency when he can be a reserve. Techie P7. Wex P8. Bomber P9. And Docs rounding out the top 10.